In this video, we are going to find the customers who bought products A and B but not C. Hello, this is Jagan from Growth Data. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in SQL with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Welcome to the fourth video of our Advanced SQL 50 interview question series. I have different topics to cover and we are now covering the select statement related questions. This video will be tagged in Advanced SQL 50 questions playlist and the code we discuss in this video will be uploaded to the GitHub. The link for the GitHub page will be in the video description part. Now let's see the data set and then we can talk about the question in detail. So we are given two tables, customers and orders. The customers table got the customer ID and the customer name. Customer ID is the unique identifier. That means one customer will have one record in the table. The second one is the order table. It got the order ID and the customer who bought it and what product they bought, the product name. So if you see this, the order ID 10 is done by customer 1 and the product is A. And same customer, he got product B and C and D. And for customer 2, got only one product. And customer 3 got A, B and D. And customer 4 bought C. Let's create this table. So here the order ID is the unique identifier, right? So here the customer ID is the unique identifier. If you want to connect this two table, you can use this customer ID and the customer ID in the order table, and you can connect and check for one customer how many order has been done. Okay. Now what they are asking us to do is we have to write a solution to report the customer ID and the customer name who bought products A and B but not the product C. Since we have the products here, let's take this up. We have product A, B, D and C, right? Let's order this A, B, C, D. And then for customer 2, we got 1. For customer 3, we got 3 and 4. So we can ignore these customers, right? So this one we don't want because they got only one, A. So we need A and B. So 4 is also not eligible because the 4 got only one product. If you go with user ID 1, so the customer ID 1, they got product A and B. It's good, right? So this is good. And B, yes, got good. But they should not bought C, right? So this one is bad. So customer 1 is not eligible. They are okay to have D, E and F, whatever it is. But they must have A and B. They must not have C. So customer 1 is not eligible. If you come to customer 3, they got A, this is a good part, and they got B, which is a good part. D, we ignore it. We don't have to worry about that. And C, no, they don't have it. So this guy is our required customer. So the expected output is for the customer ID 3, what is the customer's name. So 3 is the customer ID. When you see the customer table, Elizabeth is the customer name. So this is what the output is we require. Okay, let's comment this out. How to get the result? So first we have to get the customer order and see whether they purchased A and purchased B and never purchased C. If all these three conditions match, then you get those customer ID, connect to the customer table and get the name. So that's what our plan is. Let's see how to do that. First you select from the customers table C. Sorry, we go to the orders table. We don't have to worry about customers now. Orders as O. So first condition is we have to see what are all the orders they bought, right? So okay, let's go with the customers then. Customers who bought the orders first. So we have to be sure which one to use first, right? So that's why I tried customer and then order and thought, okay, let's go with the customer. And then we say inner join with orders. So how will you connect the order and customer? Using the customer ID. Customer ID, O dot customer ID equal to, you can say OA. Okay, there's a reason for it. I tell you, OA dot customer ID equal to C dot customer ID. And this one is for the product A. OA dot product name, right? OA now product name equal to A. I get the customer ID and customer name. Customer ID and C dot customer name. If I run this, it's showing product name, unknown column, customer ID. Customer ID is here, orders table, unknown column, OA dot customer ID. Oh, 0 and O, we confused with that. Okay, OA dot customer ID. So if you see this, we got the customers Daniel, Diana and Elizabeth, 1, 2 and 3. So 1 got product A and 2 got product A and 3 got product A. So we got 1, 2 and 3. 4 don't have the product A, so it got filtered out. And the next one is we have to get product B. So we have same table join, we say OB. So where OB dot customer ID equal to the main table C dot customer ID and then OB dot product name equal to B. So we need a customer who bought product A and who bought product B. When I run this, out of 1, 2 and 3, 2 is gone because 2 got only A, there is no B. So 2 is also gone. Now we got 1 and 3 because 1 got A and B and 3 got A and B. The ineligibility is the customer 1 got C, which is not required. So how to filter that? Let's try the left join here. Left join the same table, you see OC, where the OC dot customer ID equal to this and OC dot product name equal to capital C. Now you know the left join, right? So if this condition satisfies, it will bring record from the OC table. If not, then it brings null. So let's get the OC dot customer ID. Okay, put it in the select statement. Okay, now let's run this. So we got 1 and 3, which is having the product A and B. And if you for C, if you see the customer ID, for Daniel it's 1. That means for Daniel we got the product C, but for customer ID 3 there is no product C, right? It's only A, B and D. So we got the null value. So if there is a value, that means that customer is having product C. If it's null, that means the customer don't have the product C. That's why we put the left join. So now if you want to get customers who don't have C, then we put the condition where OC dot customer ID is null. That means those guys don't have product C. If I run this, I got 3 Elizabeth, and we don't need this customer ID. Just for validation we used it, so we can delete this. So now I have the customer ID, the customer name, who have product A and B and who don't have product C. I use where condition because it's a must have condition. If I put and, then you are not going to get the expected result because this is a optional. Just go check the OC. If it's there, it brings value. If it's not there, it don't, right? So the and condition is not the right way. you just put where condition. Now you got the expected result, and we just want to make sure if there's more than one customer, the order by customer ID is a better option. So we just put order by. So the main thing is the first two joins, first one for A, second one for B, and then we check the optional way of how to find whether product is having C or not. So if it's C, that means we don't have that customer, you don't need that customer. If we don't have C, then we need that customer. That's why we put a where condition is null, means it don't have C. So we brought the customer ID 3 Elizabeth as a result. So this is a good way. There's no wrong end, but there are multiple times you do the same thing, right? A, B, and C. Let's try to simplify this. Let's keep it aside. Now we do the same starting point. We just get from the orders table, you start with the orders table and then you go to the customer. Okay, we just say select from the orders table where the product is here. Just copying this, go from the orders, say O, where I don't have a table, so I don't need a join, where the product name equal to A, right? So I just say O dot customer ID. So if I run this, it from OA, okay, I don't know what it is. So if I run this, it just brings me all the customers who got product A, which we tried, right? But if I want A and B, then I can just say in class, in A and B. So if I put in class, it gives an option, get me customers who is having A or having B. There is no and condition here, right? So we just say get me all the customers where the product name in A or the product name in B. So all these customers have product name A. If they don't have product name A, then they have product name B. So everything is having A, so it's okay. So C is here. There is no A and B for the customer ID 4, so it got filtered. But all 1, 2, and 3, it just brought in the output. First thing is it got duplicated. Second thing is how to say they must have A and B, right? So if they have A, okay. If they have B, okay. But A and B, so how will I get that? So we address this first, the duplicates, right? Get the distinct of customer ID. So I got 1, 2, and 3. Now I am going to do a count part of it. I'm going to say count of distinct product name, O dot product name as count. Since I use aggregation, I say group by customer ID. If I run this, for 1, 2, and 3, I am getting the count of how many distinct products. I have A and B, but how many distinct products? If you see 1, A and B are available, so distinct is 2. For 2, only A is available, so the distinct is 1. For 3, we have A and B, so we got 2. So the main condition is both A and B exist, right? So I can use this as a filter condition. I can just say group by, and this guy should be 2. So since the group by, I can't put where class, I put having the count is equal to 2. That means A and B should exist, so the 2 is gone. Okay, so the first one is done, and I have to say they should not have C, right? So where will I bring it? I just put additional condition, and in this option O dot customer O dot customer ID not in, I am saying select customer ID from the orders table where the product name is equal to C. So this subquery will get me all the customers who have product C, which is the customer 1, right? And get those customers and make sure whatever the A and B guys, right? So remove those customers. Those customers should not be in the C part. So if I run this, it's showing error. So order and not in customer from orders. Oh, capital O. So I got the 1 removed because the 1 will have a value here, which is the product C, and that customer should be eliminated. So the 1 will be eliminated. We got 3. So this is what we require, right? The customer ID 3 is what required. Now I have to bring in the name. So how will I bring it? I simply can say inner join customers C. So how will I connect it? C dot customer ID is equal to O dot customer ID. So instead of the distinct count, I don't want the count. I can say customer name. The column name is name, right? The customer name, customer ID and customer name. So I bring in the customer name and I run it. So I don't have to say group by. Oh, I need to say group by 1 and 2, right? Now I have 2 columns. So I got customer ID and Elizabeth. Previously I had only customer ID and the sum, right? So I put only group y1, the customer ID. Now I got 2 columns. Indirectly we are having the aggregation here, not in the select statement. So we will make sure you group by the 2 columns and make sure the product name, the distinct product name is 2, A and B. So here if you break down, you can just have customer ID as the first main table and then you do it. So inner join is not going to make any difference. Just for explanation, I start with the orders table and then you just check the customers who got 2 products, A and B. So AND condition is ensuring that we just have an aggregation and say the distinct of product name equal to 2. That means they have both A and B. And then we just remove the customers who got the product C using a subquery. And we just brought in the customers table to get the customer name. So we got the expected result, customer ID and customer name. So first option is good, multiple joins. So we moved here. So we just did orders and customers only once, and all the joins are in the subquery and aware condition. Now there is one more interesting way of doing it. All this subquery and stuff, right? So there is an interesting arithmetic process which will help you find the same answer. Let's start with the same product. So you have the customers and you have the product. Okay, you put it here. So I just say get the customer ID and customer name from the orders table and you connect to the customers. Get the customer name here. We just put C so you don't confuse. And I say product name in A, B and C. Okay, get all the products, and then we just, since we have distinct, we don't have to put the group by. If I run this, I got 1, 2, 3 and 4 because 1 is having A, B, C. It's like a OR condition, right? It can be A, it can be B, it can be C, or any of the combination A, B and C. Okay, now I'm going to do a calculation here. I'm just saying case when the product name like O dot product name is equal to A, then I assign a value as 1. Same thing, if I have the product name as B, then I say 2. When it's going to be C, then you put -1. End as flag. If I run this, I have -1, 2, 1. Let's bring in the product name so it will be much easier to connect. Okay. Now if you see this, Daniel got 4 records, A, B, and C. Oh, sorry. Customer Daniel is here. A, B, and C. Because we have filter on A, B, C. The D got filtered out. So A, B, and C. If A it's 1, B it's 2, C is -1. And Daniel got A it's 1, and Elizabeth A, B, and C, right? So A and B we got 1 and 2, and there is no D. So the D got filtered for Elizabeth. And John, the spelling mistake, it's okay. So John C is -1 because we have only A, B, and C is -1. Great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm getting the distinct part of it. So get distinct part. If it's have more than 1, you just ignore those. Okay. So we have the distinct here, but we just count or sum of the distinct values. Since I use aggregation, I will go for group by 1, 2, and 3. So we got 1, 2, so product name A, B, and C, and we just remove this so it can aggregate to a much closer thing. So we got Daniel, whose sum is 2, right? If you say A, B, and C, A is, sorry, Daniel it's 2, right? A is 1, B is 2, and C is -1. So 3 minus 1, so 2. For Diana, it's only A, which is 1. For John, it's -1. C is -1. But if you see C, here A is 1, B is 2, and C is -1. Let's see. D is 0. There is no 1. So the sum is going to be 3. For all others, it's going to be 2 or 1. So if I want customers who got A and B, that means 1 plus 2 is 3. If they have C, then 3 minus something happens. So 2 is ignored, 1 is ignored. So I can just add this as a condition. Group by this, having the whole sum, the sum should be 3. So if I run this, I got only Elizabeth, and I don't need this calculation to be shown in the select statement. So I remove this and I run it. I got 3 and Elizabeth. So the main thing is you bring in all 3, assign some values so that the sum should be 3. If it's not 3, that means we are missing the number or we are having C. So this condition clearly brings in the required data. So a lot of things, right? First thing, we have multiple joins, and second one, we brought in all the 3 joins into one condition, A, B, and subquery, the aggregation. So all this makes the 3 joins into 1. The third interesting part is we just got all the 3 A, B, and C and assign some values, and those values will decide if it's 1, 2, or 3. Based on that, you can say whether it has A and B, not C. So A and B is 1 plus 2, 3. If you brought in D, E, F, it's 0, right? So it's not making an impact. But if you bring in B and C, then A is 1, B is 2, C is minus 1. So 3 minus 1. So it's not going to be 3. So we just say, if it's 3, close your eyes and say, yes, we have A and B. But the stranger C comes, the 3 is going to be reduced. So we got this answer. If you want to get this code for your practice, then in our YouTube channel, this one is the Advanced SQL 15 question series, right? So that will have all the series. Now the fourth video, we have 3. In the video description part, the corresponding GitHub link will be provided. So here you have this GitHub link. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Let's bring in 4. Let's refresh the page. So we got 4. We have the create statement, and then we have the brute force method with multiple joins, and then we have the filter and the subquery. Filter is the having class and the subquery to get the result. The third one is a little bit tricky arithmetic operation, 1, 2, minus 1, which will calculate whether C exists or not and whether A and B both exist. So all this condition will have this product with the small arithmetic trick. So you can use this for your practice. If you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there's a link here. You can use this and join Grow with Data WhatsApp channel. Hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.